As it is another beautiful night for Philippine basketball, folks, we give you your continuing coverage of the MPBL's 5th season. Ito po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, coming to you live from the Caloocan Sports Complex, jam-packed for the third time in this season, as Caloocan is still undefeated here on their home floor. But tonight, they will face our defending champions. Byron Villarias finally caught his stroke with 22 points and 6 threes against Bacoor. He also was aided by Will Macaloni, who had 18 points and 10 rebounds versus Marquis and Company. And there you see Gabby Espinas. He scored 11 points in their previous outing versus Quezon. That guy has been his biggest help in this season. Jennifer Cabanag scoring 10 points with 3 3-pointers in their previous game. It is Caloocan Batang Kankalo going up against the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Thank you for joining us, folks. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Juanito Gregorio. And Juanito, we just saw some big men and some shooters for our two teams. What excites you more in this game? The three-point shooting or the low post battle?
Well, it's both. But more importantly, it's the veteran experience of these two teams. You know, the whole day makes ganda ng mga matchup natin. The first game was a matchup between two young men, the two young enterprising teams. The second game was a matchup of two physical teams. And here in the third game, it's going to be a good matchup of veteran-laden players. So it's going to be another exciting ball game dito sa Caloocan Sports Complex.
And as excited as we are, we do thank you for joining us live on MPTV Channel 98 on Signal TV. Also on our live streams on Facebook and on YouTube. Ngayon, balikan natin yung previous game ng Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards, which happened on their home floor. It's been a while since they've hosted para sa liga ng bawat Pilipino, no? But boy, what a home court defense that was against Bacoor.
Well, this was a game that was up and down in the first parts of the ball game, but in the end, they really wanted to get that win para sa kanilang home crowd. It was efficiency, the story of the ball game para dito sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. They shot 49% on their field goals. They rebounded more against Bacoor. They had 45 compared only to 34, and it was their aggressiveness, getting a few more free throws against Bacoor. They did not take care of that basketball, but with the efficiency they played, it was enough for them to get that victory against itong strikers.
Well, the biggest story in that matchup was Byron Villarias, who, as I mentioned, finally bumalik na po ang kanyang three-point shooting para sa Nueva Ecija. He has struggled for more than a month here in the 5th season of our league. And now let's talk about Caloocan Batang Kankalo. It's been an up and down season for them so far, but they are still in contention in the North Division playoff picture.
So this is a team that's not consistent but very talented, and sometimes it's really the consistency that kills them, especially in the end game. This was a game where they were leading by 4 points entering the last few minutes of the ball game with that Real Cervantes layup, but in the end, the three-point shooting of the Quezon Huskers was just too much kalaban itong Batang Kankalo, and it was not enough for them to get a victory in their last game. They gave up 11 three-pointers against the Quezon Huskers, which was the biggest story of the ball game. They tried to score inside, of course, with the strength of their bigs, but the outside shooting and the efficiency of Quezon was just too much for them to get that win.
It was basically like a battle between 2s and 3s,
yes,
right, in that matchup between Caloocan and the Quezon Huskers. And now we talk about our team comparison for Caloocan and Nueva Ecija. We have the statistics for these two teams in the season.
Well, if scoring ang pag-uusapan, both of these teams are on the top of the scale. 4th in scoring is Nueva Ecija and 8th in scoring is Caloocan. That's why both of these teams are really on top. And I expect a very high-scoring ball game. But saan lumalamang ang Nueva Ecija? It's on the rebounding end, which they are number 2 in the league. And they are number 1, especially in passing that ball around with almost 27 assists per ball game. They're also one of the best teams in playing defense, with only allowing 74.9 points a ball game. Caloocan in the middle pack in terms of turnovers and points allowed. So maraming adjustment ang kailangan ng Caloocan if they want to be able to have a chance in beating Nueva Ecija.
Now, speaking of adjustment, of course may adjustment ang Nueva Ecija dahil kailangan nilang bantayan ngayong gabi si Gabby Espinas. Will Macaloni will be one of those guys who will have to defend him at some point.
Well, it's going to be youth versus experience. Gabby Espinas has been around Philippine basketball for quite some time, but Will Macaloni is also making a name for himself So this is going to be a very exciting matchup. Very physical, but a very highly paced matchup. So we expect a very good game.
All right, so now Will Macaloni and Gabby Espinas are now with Mika Besamis.
I am with the big guns of this ball game, literally. Will Macaloni and Gabby Espinas. Will, napag-usapan natin kanina, sabi mo sa akin, team leader itong si Gabby, no? Nadadala talaga niya yung team niya. Gaano ba kahirap depensahan ang isang experienced player na tulad ni Gabby Espinas?
Sobrang hirap, especially almost all their bigs are veterans, so alam nila yung ginagawa nila before mag-execute.
Maraming salamat, Will. Gabby, isa si Will sa nagbibigay ng sakit ng ulo sa mga kalaban nila. Paano mo siya dedepensahan ngayong gabi?
Siguro itatry lang namin i-limit. Hindi man ma-stop pero malimit lang namin kasi big factor siya sa team nila. So yun. Tsaka protect din namin yung home court advantage namin.
Maraming salamat, Gabby Espinas and Will Macaloni. Now we have Nueva Ecija versus Caloocan. Miguel Parade, take it away.
It's gonna be exciting, mga kaliga, as we welcome you to our main game here at the Caloocan Sports Complex between NUEVA ECIJA and your Caloocan. Live on the official MPBL Facebook page, YouTube channel, MPTV Signal Channel 98, and will be shown on 1PH. The 2023 OK Bet Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 5, presented by Extreme. Let us now make way for the starting lineups, beginning with the MPBL defending champions, NUEVA ECIJA Rise Vanguards. Starting at center, number 3, JR Taganas. Off guard, number 29, Mike Wico. Starting at guard, number 27, Chris Biton. At power forward, number 28, the Komodo Dragon, Michael Mabulak. And at small forward, number 51, Big Bang Toto, Byron Villarias. Head coach for NUEVA ECIJA Rise Vanguards is Gerson Cabiltes. Assistant coaches, Noy Catalan, Arnold Oliveros, Florian Pineda, Joseph Gion, and Harold Nang. Team coordinator, Raymond Dizon. Team manager, Ivan Cuevas. Team owners are Miss Ryan May Cuevas and Mr. Bong Cuevas. Now, Caloocan City, get on your feet, cause it's time to meet the starting five of your Caloocan Batang Kankaloo! Starting at center, number 16, June Bonsubre. One guard, number 29, Choco Tayongtong. Also at guard, number 7, Jennifer Cabanag. Starting at small forward, number 8, Jaggy Laude. And at power forward, number 26, Real Cervantes. Head coach for your Caloocan Batang Kankaloo is Ronnie Dohilio. Assistant coaches Carl Lanuza, Hector Serrano, and Peter Santamaria. Team manager Mac Robert Di Chandu. Team owners are Dennis Flores and Congressman Oka Malapitan.
Presenting the first 10 for NUEVA ECIJA and Caloocan, we have Michael Wico, Chris Biton, Shaq Taganas, Byron Villarias, Michael Mabulak, Jennifer Cabanag, Joko Tayongtong, June Bonsubre, Jackie Laude, and Real Cervantes. Thank you for joining us, folks. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Juanito Gregorio and Mika Abesamis, coming to you live from the Caloocan Sports Complex. This is the third home court defense in the season for Caloocan. They currently have a record of 2-0 after defeating Zamboanga and Negros here inside this venue.
So they've proven na kayang-kaya nila tumalo ng mga malalakas na team. So this is going to be another exciting one here in Caloocan Sports Complex.
Now, Juanito, I actually want to get your thoughts about the starting lineup of Caloocan. No Gabby Espinas in their first five.
Also, no Mac Maracael in the starting unit. So looks like they want to be guard heavy to start the ball game with Joko Tayongtong and Jeramar Cabanag. Especially when you see Mike Mabulak and also Shaq Taganas on your front court. You don't want to go early to Gabby Espinas and maybe try and get your guards going early on.
Michael Wico 1-2, the kick out to Chris Bitoon, who was not in the active list in the previous game. Taganas misfires. Rebound Bonsubre. Jennifer Cabanag with the basketball. Met by Wico. They go to Jagi Laude. The roller is Bonsubre. Back up. Cabanag. Three-pointer. That's good.
This is one guy you have to look. You have to look at today, because this guy has been playing well his past few games, and in front of his home court, I'm sure he wants to prove to everybody that they can beat the powerhouse in Nueva Ecija.
Cabanag made 3 3-pointers in their previous game, scoring 10 points against Quezon. Now there's a charge called on Nueva Ecija.
And early on, again, they really want the guards to be the difference in today's ball game. So that the roles of the bigs is to pressure on itong mga big man ng Nueva Ecija, and the guards will be doing a lot of the scoring work here in the first quarter.
Ironically, Shaq Taganas actually started so that he can cover Gabby Espinas.
Yes.
But Gabby's not here. So this has to be a quick adjustment for Nueva Ecija. Cabanag, Tayong Tong. That's a foul on Chris Bitoon.
As we were saying early on, kita naman natin na usually Caloocan would be going early on the post. So that has been their offense the whole season, that double low post. But here, Jeramer and Joko Tayongtong is getting the load off the offense.
Down low, it's team captain Jagi Laude. The feed to Cervantes. Real spins and scores inside.
The real Cervantes still with that deadly spin move that has been a staple his whole career. And a few years down, real Cervantes can still score with that spin.
5-0 now. Mike Mabulak. One guy was down for Caloocan. What a block by Bonsubre. Mabulak recovers. Now it's Taganas' turn. Pass to Wico. Michael Wico misses inside. Ball tap. And here comes Joko Tayongtong. 1-2. Block on the other end.
And so far, Migs, hindi tayo magkarinigan because everybody is so alive in this venue.
See this previous stop by Byron Villarias.
And that's a good read coming from Byron Villarias. He knew that the left side is not really the strong suit of Joko Tayongtong.
Steal for Bitoon. 3-on-2. Bounce pass. Mabulak lost the basketball. Recovery. Bitoon is blocked. Great defensive sequence by June Bonsubre.
The first five of Caloocan is really putting a lot of effort and emphasis on defense. Especially, alam nila that Nueva Ecija, besides Byron Villarias, will be going to the inside. So they are closing down on every possession.
Bitoon, the bounce. Michael Wico off the glass and in.
And that will be one thing that they have to be careful. That running game, especially if you have Bitoon and Michael Wico inside the court. That will be the first bucket 3 minutes in para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
5-2 now. Joko Tayongtong. Real Cervantes to Jagi Laude. Pinapalabas, Jeramer Cabanag. Cervantes, his turn to fire. Short. Rebound Bonsubre. They go to Joko. Short stab, in and out.
Too open para kay Joko Tayongtong. There will be times that you're just going to be too open and you just could not adjust.
Kabila tayo. Another scramble there. Tayongtong, forward, Laude. He fakes, bounce, Joko on the finish.
Joko Tayongtong is running on every play. You know, usually it's Nueva Ecija who is pushing the pace, but Joko Tayongtong and Jeramer Cabanag is trying to counter with their own running game.
7-2 now. Michael Wico looking for Byron Villarias. Great defense by Laude. Now Byron sets himself free and he scores inside.
Jeramer Cabanag has been trying to deny the ball para dito kay Byron Villarias. They don't want him to get hot. So that's a good read coming from Byron, seeing that there's an open lane on that cutting end.
Tayongtong going to Bonsubre. Mid-range. No bounce.
He has to be able to get a few buckets. They are leaving June Bonsubre wide open. So kung makaisa-dalawa siya dyan, respetuhin siya ng Nueva Ecija.
Mabulak trying to drive baseline. That's a foul on June Bonsubre. Now we bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OK Bet. Together we win. Byron Villarias denied from shooting outside, and so he just opts to score inside this time around. Chris Biton, that's a shot off to the left. Rebound Bonsubre, and that's a foul on Wico.
Not the best of starts para dito sa Nueva Ecija. They've been trying to look for that shot. They're executing, but they just could not make the baskets from their execution. So kita natin medyo na-frustrate na itong mga players ng Nueva Ecija. Beton, that is his usual shot as he said, Mix, but he just couldn't make it from that possession.
7-4, back with Caloocan. June Bonsubre. Met by Taganas. They go to Cervantes. Now to Cabanag. Jeremer drives. Couple of fakes. 6 on the shot clock. Real Cervantes. His turn to attack. Tough fadeaway. No bounce.
Too tough para dito kay Real Cervantes. No option but to just go for that fadeaway. That's good defense coming from Shaq.
Nice cut. That's Taganas on the finish. Great pass by Chris Biton.
Oh, that's just how comfortable Biton and Taganas. They've been together for a few years now. And just a little communication with the eyes. He finds him wide open on that inside bucket.
It's now 7-6. Gabby Espinas and Mac Baracael are set to check in for Batangcan Caloo. Real Cervantes. Defended by Mabulak. They go to Bonsubre. He fakes and drives. 2 free throws.
I think, is it a foul or a shot clock violation first?
Might have been a shot clock violation.
We'll be checking it out.
See what happened here on the pass by Biton, finding Shaq Taganas.
Joko Tayungtong did not know if he was gonna get Shaq Taganas. That is not his matchup. Kaya medyo naiwan talaga si Shaq Taganas mag-isa.
Now the referees are reviewing to find out if the shot went up before the 24-second shot clock violation. It is a foul. So that's 2 free throws for June Bonsubre.
They'll be putting in Gabby Espinas and Mac Baracael here in the ball game.
Baracael will have to wait first for Bonsubre to shoot these free throws.
So let's expect a lot of post-action para dito sa Caloocan. It's been their go-to the whole season. You know, they have a lot of post guys who can really create or score for them. And even go for some fadeaways given the opportunity. So Mac Baracael and Gabby Espinas will be doing a lot of the offensive work para dito sa Batangcan Caloo.
Now Will Macaloni is set to check in on the other end for Nueva Ecija. Interesting as to who he will replace. We go back with Chris Biton. Screen by Taganas. Same goes for Mabulak. Biton still has the leather. Bounce. Good cut by Wico, but he lost the basketball.
Could have been a good weak side cut para dito kay Michael Wico. Just could not get a hold of that basketball.
Kabila. Loudon missed his shot. Might have rushed it as well. And he was called for a foul on the loose ball. Will Macaloni now checks in for Shaq Taganas. So it's going to be a different cover for Gabby Espinas. Mac Baracael also checks in alongside Nomer Gonzalez.
I think offense has been the problem para dito sa Nueva Ecija early on. So Will Macaloni will add some offensive firepower para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
Macaloni is the leading scorer in this season for Nueva Ecija, averaging 14.5 per game. Good hands by Cabanag. Tayungtong on the run. Stolen back. Wico forward. Chris Biton. One last pass. What a scramble. Ball is alive. Wico. Kick out. Byron. Three-pointer. No good. The ball is now with Caloocan.
Crazy basketball we're seeing here.
Nomer Gonzalez. That's his shot. Too strong. Might be some jitters here for Nomer. Gabby Espinas, favorite move. That's a foul on Mabula.
You already know that Gabby Espinas will be going for that spin. The problem is you don't know when. he will be going for that spin. Kaya ang hirap basahin itong post-action ni Gabby Espinas because it's not really the move. It's the timing of the move that sets Gabby Espinas apart. And every time he has that post, you really have to be either really deny him that basketball or double for him to be not to be able to get that ball.
Well, those moves of Gabby Espinas are what make him the second best player in terms of fouls received per game. That's 5 fouls obtained by Gabby Espinas per outing. First free throw was a make. He is a 63% free throw shooter. As now, we turn you over to Mika Abesamis.
One of the fears of Coach Gerson Cabiltes is that you don't know who's gonna score dito sa Batang Kangkalu. They always go to the post and their wingmen are unpredictable. Sabi niya, being the super scouting coach that he is, they could have won that game against Quezon kung hindi lang sa last 4 minutes. So this is a team to take very seriously. To him also, same level sila ng outworking each other in terms of physicality. Pero honestly, pinaganda ko lang, banggaan ang ibig niya sabihin. Migs, Juanito?
Well, I'm sure nakakakita na tayo ng banggaan sa larong ito.
Yun lang, sa play lang na yun, banggaan yun eh.
Now, in terms of scouting, yes, super scouter talaga yan si Coach Gerson Cabiltes. You have to admire him. He's always, if not scouting online, he would even go to the venue. I believe he was in the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center watching the game of Batang Kangkalu.
That is how much passion he has into getting these victories para sa Rice Vanguards.
And in terms of not counting out Batang Kangkalu, as Gabby Espinas makes a three-pointer. Remember, Caloocan beat Zamboanga in this venue.
And Gabby Espinas showing his inside-outside game. You deny me on the post, I can shoot from the outside as well.
Will Macaloni answers back for Nueva Ecija.
Lefty on lefty matchup. Both players known from their inside matchup, their inside talents. But both of them are showing, kaya namin sa loob, kaya din namin sa labas.
I actually want to present to you a very weird statistic for Nueva Ecija because Will Macaloni is not a volume 3-point shooter. But percentage-wise, he is number 1 in Nueva Ecija in terms of 3-point shooting. Turnover. 11-9, Paul Sanga. Now with the leather. Irvin Palencia to Mac Baracael. His 3-pointer. Too strong. Battle inside. Ball obtained by the orange shirts. Paul Sanga. Oh, that's a foul. 3 free throws for Sanga.
That is an obvious foul galing dito kay Roy Sumang. You have to know how Paul Sanga shoots. And that is with his leg out. And you have to be able to read that.
This 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Gabby Espinas, as you mentioned, showing us his prowess not only inside but outside as well. And there's the number 1 3-point shooter of Nueva Ecija, technically speaking, in Will Macaloni.
You know, there's a lot of shooters from both of these teams. You have Villarias, you have Paul Sanga. But from that last play, it was the guys who are not usually taking it, but they are making it in today's ballgame.
Sanga is now 1 out of 2. This is actually a great sight to see the Caloocan Sports Complex jam-packed once again. This was not the same story last year, obviously, but it was like this back in seasons 2 and 3, where Almon Vosotros was the star of Caloocan, and one of his Robins was Paul Sanga.
It's good that Paul Sanga is back for them. But a better side is that how noisy itong Caloocan, really wanting to match the energy of the fans of Nueva Ecija. Pero itong fans of Nueva Ecija, hindi rin magpapahuli sa kantsawan. At nakita naman natin, tuwing nakakascore itong Nueva Ecija, handa rin sila mag-ingay.
12-11, miss by Caloocan. Here's Roy Sumang, nice bounce pass to Jay Collado.
You know, I always say, even if you're a big man, you always have to run that trail job because it gives a lot of options. And that is exactly what Collado did. First, we see this Will Macaloni post-action one-on-one against Mac Baracael. But on the next play, Collado running that trail lane, finding him perfectly on the right spot is Roy Sumang. And they are now up by 1 against Batang Kangkalu.
You see, the next 3 games of Caloocan Batang Kaloo, they will be on the road to take on the Pasay Voyagers, who only have 1 loss in the season inside the Cuneta Astrodome. And then they go to the cage to face Muntinlupa. After that, they will take on QC on August 10. And if I may extend it for a bit, after Quezon City, they will come back home here inside the Caloocan Sports Complex to go up against the Batangas City Embassy Chill.
All winnable games para dito sa Caloocan. But again, it is their consistency that has to be brought out from them. That has been a struggle for them. Some games, they finish strong. Some games, it's just different. And that is what we saw against the Quezon Huskers. They were leading by 4 with 3 minutes left. But somehow Quezon Huskers found a way to crawl back and even get the victory against Batang Kaloo.
13-12 now. This is the first lead of Nueva Ecija in this game with 1 minute and 2 seconds remaining in the opening frame. Paul Sanga working with Irvin Palencia, Nomer Gonzalez, Mac Baracael, and Gabby Espinas. Playing defense are Jonathan Uiloan, Will Macaloni, Roy Sumang, Jay Collado, and Philip Manalam. Here's Gabby against Collado. Gabby posting up. Espinas, ball strip. And that's a foul on Jay Collado.
Nanggigil lang si Jay Collado. He already had Gabby Espinas on the post. He was able to sustain Gabby Espinas. Even the spin move, he was there and read it properly. Pero nanggigil lang at napasundot itong si Jay Collado.
Espinas proceeds to the stripe. Free throw shooting for Caloocan is not good so far. 2 out of 8, only 25%.
So far, no home court advantage in terms of free throw shooting. And I'm sure Coach Toto Di Hilio will not be happy with that statistic.
How about the second one for Gabby? Off the glass and in. 13 all now with 38 seconds to go in this low-scoring first quarter. Roy Sumang met by Nomer Gonzalez. Sumang on the drive. Super Sumang is fouled.
They're trying to put a longer and much more athletic Nomer Gonzalez on Super Sumang. He was able to sustain and contain itong si Sumang off until that last second where sumabit ang kanyang kamay. But he will be given a big task in defending Roy Sumang in today's ballgame.
There you see Sir Bong Cuevas, Madam Ryan Cuevas at the sidelines, the team owners of the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. 14-13 now. Free throw converted by one of the newest members of Nueva Ecija, Roy Sumang. (15-13). Balik tayo. Ball thrown away. That's a turnover for Caloocan.
Not the way you want to end the quarter if you are Caloocan. Nueva Ecija is a team that will pounce on your mistakes. And if Nueva Ecija can get a bucket here, that will be a 2-possession lead para dito sa Rice Vanguards.
14 seconds to go before the end of one. Philip Manalam working with Jonathan Uiloan. Here's Roy Sumang, screened by Collado. Sumang, Macaloni, 4 seconds. Will on the drive, no finish. And that will do it for the first quarter here in Caloocan. Nueva Ecija up by 2 points.
Slow but physical ball game we are having here in the first half. This was well controlled by Caloocan early on. But after the substitutions made by Nueva Ecija, they were able to mount a comeback. And they will be up to dito sa ating first quarter.
You did mention it seems like home court advantage is a bit neutralized in this matchup, but your context was free throw shooting a while ago. If you think about it crowd-wise, halos pantay din dahil maraming mga Novo Ecijano na naipadala dito sa Caloocan. 15-13 after 1. there you see some VIPs for Caloocan. Big shout out to Sir Oka Malapitan and Sir Dennis Flores. And of course, Madam Ryan Cuevas with Sir Bong Cuevas para naman sa Nueva Ecija. Again, we are coming to you live from the Caloocan Sports Complex. This is Mix Gomez alongside Juanito Gregorio and Mika Abisamis. Batiin din natin ang belated happy birthday si Cali Carpio, ang inaanak ni Coach Joseph Gion. And of course, the Gion family watching from Iloilo. Good evening to you. Eduardo Biugo Jr. Magandang gabi rin. Thank you for watching. Second quarter action. Paul Sanga from downtown. That's good.
You see here the first quarter field goal shooting. Caloocan was able to start the ball well, but 4 of 14 to end the quarter. So we see that the defense of Nueva Ecija was able to adjust in terms of Nueva Ecija. 6 out of 15, 40% in the first half.
And free throw shooting did not help the case of Caloocan as well. Only 3 out of 9 in the first frame. Paul Sanga for back-to-back. Off to the left this time. Ball recovered by Will Macaloni.
That is one guy that has to get hot in this ball game. You have a lot of guys who can score on the post, but eventually, when the defense adjusts, Paul Sanga will be open.
Jonathan Uilon with a good drive. He scored inside.
Not really known for his drives, but at that time, that was a wide open line on the right corner.
Gabby Espinas, this time on the other block. That's not his favorite angle. No basket. 17-16, Roy Sumang asking for the ISO against Paul Sanga. See the confidence in the eyes of Roy Sumang. Short though.
So Paul Sanga deciding that he did not want a drive on Roy Sumang, and that's going to be a good decision.
Sorry miss for Mac Barakael. There was a bit of a wet spot underneath. That's a dribbling violation. Lifting for Roy Sumang.
They've been calling it consistently the whole ball game. Actually, no, the whole day. From the first game to the second game, all the way up to the main game. So everybody has been, all the referees have consistently been calling that lifting violation. And they are being more strict. At tama lang, para sa mga batang nanonood, wag na po natin gawin yan.
Balik tayo sa Caloocan. Jacob Galicia is now inside alongside Ronnie Matias and Real Cervantes. Kasama rin si Jenna Mercabanag.
The turnover story. Nueva Ecija actually made a few bad passes, especially on their rushed fast breaks. That is why Nueva Ecija has 6 turnovers compared to only 4 ng Caloocan.
And again, that has been a problem all season long. The turnover story for Coach Gerson Cabiltes. They're one of the worst teams in the league in that category. 17-16 with 8 minutes and 11 in the second. Let me take my time with this, folks. So, Nueva Ecija, next up for them will be Makati. That will happen in Bacolod on July 29. After that, they go to Quezon to face the Huskers. Then they return to Palayan City to go up against Pasig City. After that, folks, they take on Jensan, Bicol. They travel to Zamboanga for the rematch of last year's finals. They go back home to face the hottest team in the MPBL right now, the Sun One Knights. And then they visit the Cuneta Astrodome to take on the Pasay Voyagers.
Well, most of those teams are inside the playoff picture. So that will be a tough set of games para dito sa Nueva Ecija. But you know, with how deep this lineup is, I'm sure may ikot nila ng maayos. And they'll be able to find the right mix of players against those teams.
By the way, folks, that matchup between Nueva Ecija and Zamboanga, the rematch of last year's finals happening in Zamboanga, is set on September 11. So after our FIBA break, sa Mindanao naman po tayo para sa ating Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. 17-16, Nueva Ecija up by 1. Roy Sumang, Will Macaloni, Jay Collado, Philip Manalang. That's too strong. Rebound Cabanag.
That's a good ball swing coming from Nueva Ecija. Just couldn't make it on the right corner. But that is the type of ball movement you want if you are Nueva Ecija. Eventually, papasok at papasok yung mga tirada na yan.
Galicia, sorry miss, tough shot. Balik tayo sa Nueva Ecija. Roy Sumang, back to Philip. This time, he attacks. Feed, Collado. Macaloni is blocked. Ball recovered by Galicia.
They've been going to the same play. That double drag screen up top, eventually giving them enough space to drive. But again, hindi lang nila na ipapasok ang kanilang mga tira.
Kabila, Cervantes, signature pick and pop. Short, rebound Jacob. Nice, great effort by Jacob Galicia.
Good effort coming from Galicia. He saw that Manalang and Roy Sumang was not boxing out, so he'll be going for that offensive board, then eventually that putback.
Philip Manalang, met by Galicia, faking left, driving right, feed inside, now the kick out. Roy Sumang, step back, baseline, good feed. Macaloni, 2+1.
And that all started with a double drag screen up top. You know, Coach Jerson has been putting an emphasis on space the past few plays. So kita natin, eventually that defense will adjust and will leave someone wide open. And on that last play, it was Will Macaloni that was open on the inside.
So now Will Macaloni is up to 7 points and 6 rebounds for him in this ball game. Well on pace for a double-double once again. He is number 10 in the league in scoring at 14.5. Number 6 in defensive rebounding at 6 per game. Number 1 in 2-point field goal shooting, 64%. And how about this? Number 2 in free throw shooting. Just behind John Wilson, 75% at the stripe is Will Macaloni.
Everything you want from Will Macaloni, everything you want from a big, from offense to defense, he'll be able to give it to you. There he makes a stop against Real Cervantes.
Ronnie Matias, nice effort from the veteran.
You know, among the bigs of Caloocan, Ronnie Matias is the least used. But every time he is brought in, he always gives them quality minutes. At kitang-kita naman natin with that offensive board and that reverse layup.
Boy, I would even describe him as intense every time he's on the court. Itong si Ronnie Matias. Orin Katakutan, dribble pull-up, that's good.
Orin Katakutan will be stretching out that 3 position para dito sa Nueva Ecija. He's one of the taller guys for that position and he can make that jumper. So that is going to be a threat para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
22-20 under 6 minutes in the second frame. Ache Inigo, Ronnie Matias, Real Cervantes. Back up to Ronnie. Feed. Wow, what a pass. Basket and one for Jacob Galicia.
And what a substitution para dito kay Coach Toto Dihilio. Ronnie Matias has been doing the dirty work para dito sa Caloocan.
We bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OK Bet. Together we win. The feed at the last second coming from the veteran.
You know, there was not much space for him to operate. But with that experience, that IQ, Ronnie Matias making the right play. And only a basket and a foul.
Galicia converts at the stripe. There's Kuya Ronnie. 23-22. This is Ronnie Matias' first season playing for Caloocan. He was the All-Star last year for Manila. Pamboy Raimundo. Orin Katakutan. Good matchup against Jacob Galicia. Very sizable small forwards. Orin misfires. Rebound to Batangkan Kalu.
Not the best execution para dito sa Nueva Ecija. One-on-one is not their type of basketball. And Orin Katakutan deciding to go one-on-one on that post.
23-22, Jennifer Cabanag to Real Cervantes against Bobby Balocanag. Cervantes, great defense by Bobby B.
Size advantage para dito kay Real Cervantes. But Bobby Balocanag, just a very strong guy on the post, was able to get that stop.
Katakutan stepped on the baseline.
In the past few possessions, Orin Katakutan has been trying to do everything on his own. And we see the medyo na-frustrate yung kanyang mga kampe. This is a team that relies on team basketball. The ball goes around. They try to see the best option. And so far, the past 3 possessions, Orin Katakutan was not able to find that best option.
That's actually been one of the struggles in this season for Nueva Ecija. They have been trying to incorporate their youngsters in their system. Pero kasi mabilisan yung nagiging proseso para sa mga bata. And so it hasn't been the smoothest transition for them.
This is a team that has been together for quite some time. So their comfort levels is so high already. The communication, may kita mo na talagang alam na nila kung saan pwesto ang isa't isa. So for you to be able to adjust only in a few days, only in a few weeks, it's gonna be a struggle for the younger guys.
And speaking of comfort level, syempre iba rin ang comfort level natin kapag kasama si Mika Besames. Mika, go ahead with your report.
At may konting kwento lang ako tungkol sa dalawang players na nasa court ngayon. I just found out that Pamboy Raimundo is actually one of Jerrymar Cabanag's mentors as a basketball player. Sabi ni Jerrymar, tinuturo niya talaga sa akin kung paano ako tuluyang magiging effective sa game, lalo na pag ninenervyos ako. Tinanong ko naman si Pamboy. Sabi niya, natural scorer yan, Mika. Dati pa kaya nung naging teammates kami sa Jensan, hinanap ko talaga sa kanya yon. Pero he is very proud of the progress of Jerrymar with the Batang Kangkalu. Migs, Juanito?
That's right. It was season 3 when they were together playing for the Jensen Warriors kasama si Robbie Celis. And Juanito, Pamboy has really transitioned now as a mentor to a lot of players. Denzel Wong also learns from him at the sideline.
I won't be surprised if 8-10 years down the road, Pamboy Raimundo will be a head coach dito sa MPBL. Sometimes it's also very challenging to actually go up against the guys you are mentoring because it's different. Pag nakaka-score, di mo alam kung matutuwa ka o may inis ka.
And that will make you wonder, as Michael Mabulak scores inside plus a foul, it will make you wonder what advice Pamboy Raimundo gave to his opponent today in Jerrymar Cabanag.
I'm sure all business first, but we see business is business. Michael Mabulak going for that left-hand hook shot. And of course, for Pamboy and Jerrymar, business muna. Kung meron mang suggestion to si Pamboy, huwag ka muna maglaro ng maganda. And Jerrymar Cabanag has been playing terrific this whole season, averaging 11-3-3 this season.
Miss at the line for Michael Mabulak. He is 0 out of 3 so far from the stripe. 24-23, Jerrymar Cabanag. Jacob Galicia. That's a foul on Orin. Now this is the learning experience, the complete learning experience for Orin in the MPBL. Being a part of a big game for Nueva Ecija against Caloocan. Let's see how he can continue to develop his instincts now as a pro.
As a young guy, medyo may hirapan ka rin. Because number 1, you are adjusting to a new system. Number 2, all of these guys are very vocal. So you have to be able to know kung kailan ka makikinig. And not just them, all the coaches are also vocal. So you have to be able to adapt right away. Makuha mo agad yung information na ibibigay sa'yo and adapt it and use it in the game right away.
This here for Real Cervantes. Offensive rebound. Three-pointer. Achi misses again. And now we go Nueva Ecia's way. They're up by 1. Katakutan. That's 2 free throws for Orin.
One thing you love about Orin is that he remains aggressive. Even though he's had some struggles on the defensive end, on the offensive end, is that his mentality is the same. This is the way I play, and this is the way I will be playing moving on.
Now, this free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Orin Katakutan actually impressed Sir Bong Cuevas in one of their games that happened inside the Star Arena in Baliwag, Bulacan. And there you see Madam Ryan Cuevas with Sir Bong Cuevas. And that's why he asked Coach Gerson, Coach Gerson, give him a chance. Maybe he can contribute in one of our big games. This is his golden opportunity. You think about it.
He's been trying. He has not been playing that perfect. But, at least he's putting in a lot of effort in terms of them getting that basketball.
25-23, Cabanag, 5 on the shot clock. Great defense by Nueva Ecija. Cervantes to beat the buzzer. To no avail. Rebound, Bobby B. Michael Wico tried to go with a hop. Ball recovered by Nueva Ecija. Mabulak. They go to Wico against John Lee Valin. Back to Mabulak. 3 in the key.
You have to commend the defense of Caloocan. They really sprinted down and wanted to protect that paint. Alam nila na ito ang magiging killer ng Nueva Ecija. So everybody really closed down, allowing the outside shot. But Nueva Ecija tried to put it down low. And that's going to be another turnover para sa Nueva Ecija.
That's the 8th turnover in this game for the Rice Vanguards against the 4 of Caloocan. Timeout tayo, 25-23, 2 minutes remaining before halftime. You see the home results for Batangkan Caloo. They defeated Zamboanga by 19 in their home opener. That was back in March 24. And then the second one was June 7, a 2-point victory against Negros.
Very confusing. Tinambakan nila yung stronger team dito sa kanilang home court. But here, I'm sure they want another victory against a powerhouse in NUEVA ECIJA. Pero itong NUEVA ECIJA, hindi rin papatalo. Nagdala ng sariling fans, right? Dito sa Caloocan Sports Complex.
This is a bit normal now for the Rice Vanguards. It's usually around 200 people, 200 Novo Ecijanos na pinapadala ni Sir Bong Cuevas. Jennifer Cabanag misses. He recovers. Pass to no one.
The struggle galing dito kay Jeremy Cabanag. Usually, he's already heating up in the second and the third quarter. But dito, 3 points pa lang kay Jeremy. And he is being scouted and hunted nitong NUEVA ECIJA.
Turnover on the other end. Forward pass, John Livalin. Espinas, back up. Inigo, back down. Gabby, off the glass and in.
Too basic para dito kay Gabby Espinas. Michael Mabulak expecting that bump off the post. But Gabby Espinas saw space and he'll be going for that jumper.
25 all. A minute and 9 remaining in the second. Michael Wico working with Bobby B. Wico almost traveled. Katakutan, three-pointer, short. Rebound to Jennifer.
Katakutan still trying to find his range early on. And still not able to get the bucket.
Cabanag. Met by Mabulak. They're trying to find Gabby, who's being hounded by Bobby Balocanag. Espinas, face up. Same jumper, same result.
That single coverage is not working anymore. You have to double. Itong si Gabby Espinas, that guy is too much of a talent for you not to challenge him. So that is the adjustment that Coach Gerson has to make in the second half.
27-25. Pamboy Raimundo. Michael Mabulak. The leaner, short. And Caloocan will have the last say before we proceed to halftime.
I expect the last shot para dito sa Caloocan. No need already to go for anything early. But
6 seconds. Jennifer Cabanag with the fake. Down to 2 seconds. He's in trouble. And that's going to do it for the second quarter. Folks, it's a close game here in Caloocan. 27-25 at halftime.
It's a low-scoring ball game. We're seeing a lot of defense being played by either team. Only 27-25. We see here Gabby Espinas single coverage. I'll use the board. The bank is open at 9 p.m. And on the next play, withdraw ulit ako. Ginamit na naman ang bangko ni Gabby Espinas. And this has been the last 4 points of the game. 27-25 in favor of Caloocan.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball nakakakaba. Dahil sa husay ng bawat isa, sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag maalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Back at the Caloocan Sports Complex for your OK Bet Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. My name is Mika Abesamis and I am joined by a very special guest, Sir Nani Almeda, NEA Administrator of Caloocan. Good evening, sir. First of all, thank you for having us here. Napakasaya po nung larong ito. Napakadami pong fans na nanonood dito ngayon. Ano pong gusto nyo sabihin sa kanila?
Well, first of all, I am an avid fan and supporter of Caloocan, Batang Kangkalu, since its inception in MPBL. I'm happy to be back. And when I learned kalaban namin ay NUEVA ECIJA, Bong Cuevas is a good friend of mine, the team owner. So, well, it's been a tight game, but I believe we will win.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for your time. Once again, that was Sir Nani Almeda, NEA Administrator of Caloocan. At ito naman, mga kaliga, ang exciting part kung saan tayo pwede magkwentuhan at pwede nyo sabihin sa amin ang inyong mga comments and suggestions dyan lang po sa ating shoutouts. At ito na nga, si Gmar and De Vera. Nice, dami nanonood ngayon sa home court ng Caloocan. Ay, nako, talagang na-miss natin itong crowd dito sa Caloocan. Ito naman, si Tanya Chinita. Bakit nanonood ang beshi nyo? Kasi magandang laban ito, beshi ko. At ito naman si Lance Mangige. Kahit Kapampangan ako, Nueva Ecija ako dyan. Nako, kahit pala Kapampangan ay Novo Ecijano rin. Napakadaming fans talaga dito sa MPBL. At please bring in your comments and suggestions dyan lang po sa ating MPBL Facebook page. Magbabalik po ang OK Bet Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Iwasan na ang buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Ang bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan na yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas, at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Ang bawat bayan ay sumasaya. Bakbakan, todo suporta ang lahat.
It is halftime here in Caloocan with the score reading 27-25. Yes, folks, it's a low-scoring ball game so far. Juanito, do you think this favors Caloocan more than Nueva Ecija?
Well, I think it will favor Caloocan because number one, they are in their home court. Number two, scoring is the name of the game para dito sa Nueva Ecija. But so far, it has not been going in their favor. We see here the statistics, only 37% para dito sa Nueva Ecija and only 29 even para dito sa Caloocan, much lower than Nueva Ecija. Pero saan nabubuhay ang Caloocan? They've made 2 more 3-pointers compared dito sa Caloocan. The Nueva Ecija has not been able to take care of that basketball. 9 turnovers para dito sa Nueva Ecija. Caloocan also getting a few boards and putbacks. So they are up 6-0 in terms of second chance points. So it is a very low-paced ball game. And I'm sure it's going to be an exciting defensive matchup in the second half.
I did talk to Jonathan Oiloan at halftime. He said expect a more up-tempo game coming from Nueva Ecija here in the second half. You see the leading scorers, Will Macaloni with 8. The rest, only 3, 2 and 2 for Katakutan, Taganas, and Collado in this low-scoring affair. Kabila naman, as usual, it is Gabby Espinas with 9 points. Couple of jumpers for him as he continues to practice that. Galicia with 5, Sanga with 4, and Cabanag with 3. I actually want to ask you in terms of coverages for Gabby Espinas. Kung ikaw ang bumabantay kay Gabby, anong gagawin mo?
Well, I think the only option is only the weakest option. Walang weak option, but it's only to send him right. You know, Gabby Espinas loves that spin move. If he's on the left, sorry, not send right, send middle. And then eventually hope for a help side na tutulungan ka doon. But you cannot do a single coverage against Gabby Espinas because alone, Gabby Espinas is just too good and too smart. And he will find a way in making a bucket against you.
All right, folks, we are about to start the third quarter here inside the Caloocan Sports Complex. This is Mix Gomez alongside Juanito Gregorio and Mika Abesamis at your service for your MPBL Monday before we travel to Inares, Antipolo tomorrow. Neutral ground po tayo. Wala pong game ang Rizal as they saw action earlier today, losing to Marikina. And after that, Zamboanga back on track, winning versus Muntinlupa. 27-25 a miss for Byron Villarias to start the third. Paul Sang on the other end. Another miss. Oh, scramble. Collado bringing down that basketball. They go to Chris Bitoon. Joining them are Michael Huico, Will Macaloni, and Byron Villarias. Kabila naman, it's Paul Sanga with June Bonsubre, Gabby Espinas, Joko Tayungtong, and Jaggy Laude. Spin and a miss for Michael Huico.
Could have been a good move para kay Michael Huico. He already got that open space. Just could not finish.
Kabila, another miss. Bitoon on the run, cross court. Byron, three-pointer. Too strong. Rebound Huico.
This is the pace na pinag-uusapan mo with Jonathan Oiloan. They are trying to speed up itong NUEVA ECIJA. They are adjusting to the pace of Caloocan, which has been to the advantage of Caloocan.
Another miss for Byron Villarias. And there you go, another one. He is 0 out of 4 now from the field in this quarter. And a total of 1 out of 6 for Byron.
A real struggle in today's ball game para kay Byron Villarias. The total opposite of his last game. Byron Villarias was red hot in their last game, but here today, he is just closed down by all of the players of Caloocan.
Byron, wala pa rin. But 2 free throws for him. This is actually a bit reminiscent of what we saw in that 1 month for Byron where he just struggled shooting from the field. By the way, that 1 month eclipsed the NUEVA ECIJA Pampanga game. They really missed his shooting then.
Well, there's a guy that is really a streak shooter. That's the best way to describe him. He has to get one before he gets going. The problem is, kapag sunod-sunod naman yung mintis nito ni Byron Villarias, doon naman yung nasusunod-sunod. So far, we are seeing that other side, and the struggles is extended even to the free throw line.
And it's actually even extended to the training sessions. Mika Abesamis reported about this in the game of NUEVA ECIJA versus Bacoor. Kapag nagsastruggle si Byron sa training, it also carries to their games and vice versa.
But he is too crucial for this team not to be given minutes. So even though he is struggling, Byron Villarias will always be part of the rotation.
See, shooting 1 out of 7. Inside, that was Chris Bitoon. The ball got loose. Pero bola pa rin ng NUEVA ECIJA. Baseline inbound for Michael Huico with 17 on the shot clock. Bitoon, good look. Yes!
Finally, a 3 para dito kay Chris Bitoon. He's been looking for that even in the first half. He had a few good attempts, but finally, Bitoon will be given that wide open corner shot.
First 3 points in this game for Chris Bitoon and the second 3-pointer overall for NUEVA ECIJA as Gabby Espinas was fouled on the other end.
That's a good help coming from the players of NUEVA ECIJA. The problem is you have to help the helper, and that is a late help coming from Byron Villarias, so it will end up with a foul for Gabby Espinas.
Byron was actually very unhappy with the call, but as soon as he saw the smile of Gabby Espinas, kumalma na rin siya. First free throw converted by Gabby. 10 points, 2 rebounds, only 40% from the stripe so far. Now down to 33%.
The free throw line has not been a friend para dito sa Caloocan the whole ball game. And that is something they will look if ever they lose this ball game, they had a lot more opportunities and they have to make it.
Byron Villarias finally scores inside on a field goal.
So he knows he's struggling from the outside. So Byron Villarias is trying to put that ball on the floor more often and trying to go for that drive.
5 points on 25% shooting for Byron. What a block by Collado. Recovery for Espinas.
Gabby Espinas has been eating everybody alive. This is a game of big men. And so far, the best big man in this game is Gabby Espinas.
31-30. Chris Biton escapes and misses. Ito ngayon ang Caloocan. Professor Jackie Laude to Paul Sanga. Ooh. That wasn't good. Bit of confusion right there. I thought I heard a whistle. Everything's so noisy inside the Caloocan Sports Complex as Wico scores inside.
And they are trying to push the pace. Itong Nueva Ecija, they cannot go with the pace of Caloocan, who usually plays slow. So pag sila ang sumunod dito sa Caloocan, sila rin ang madadali sa dulo.
Now we bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OGBet. Together we win. Michael Wico, the king of the north, the Kapampangan, playing for Nueva Ecija, going all the way for those 2 points.
Against 3, Michael Wico just proving that his strength is above everybody getting that layup on the fast break.
Wico now has 6 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists in this game. Cabanag, back in it. And here's Gabby Espinas. The face-up, short on the jumper. Out of bounds in favor of Nueva Ecija.
Everybody's not happy with the call.
Oh, Gabby actually thought that he was called for a foul, but it was only out of bounds. 33-30. Biton, 2 screens up top. No give and go there. Macaloni to Wico. The drive by Michael. Nice feed. Collado. Couple of fakes. No basket. Battle for the board. And that's a foul on Jay Collado.
That is such a tough find. On the last second, gustong-gusto ipasa ni Wico kay Bitoon. But Bitoon was fully denied. Jay Collado finding that he needed a friend. So he was given that drop pass, but it will turn into a miss.
33-30. Back with Caloocan. There's Jaggy Laude against Will Macaloni. Laude will fire. Off to the left. Rebound, Bitoon. Michael Wico. No basket. Back and forth we go. Wico is on the floor. And he's good to go. Just tired. Jennifer Cabanag, short. Kabila. Jay Collado in trouble. They are tired. It's been up and down in the past couple of sequences.
You know, it's one thing to play up and down, fast-paced basketball, but it's also another to play as physical as Caloocan is. Diyan ka mapapagod eh. It's just like boxing. Those body hits really gets you tired and weary. At gano'n na gano'n ang nangyayari dito sa Nueva Ecija.
Shooting in this game. 13 out of 37, 35% for Nueva Ecija, 11 out of 41, only 26% for Caloocan. Macaloni escapes, and he's fouled.
Nueva Ecija deciding to put in some fresh legs. Harvey Pagsanhan finally in the ballgame will be giving them some young legs. And hopefully also a lot of buckets para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
Real Cervantes will check back in alongside Ronnie Matias. Will Macaloni nearing a double-double. Now 9 points for him. Again, he is number 2 in the league in free throw shooting percentage at 75%. Just below John Wilson. That's crazy for a big man.
He is proving that every time you foul him down low, that he will also be making those free throw opportunities. So ang hirap na ngayon basahin ni Will Macaloni. Do I foul him? Do I allow him to take that hook shot? Will Macaloni just a complete package para dito sa Rice Vanguard.
35-30, Irvin Palencia, hounded by Chris Biton. Those two met in the finals last year when Palencia was playing for Zamboanga. Cervantes, they go to Matias. Almost lost the ball. Ronnie, Palencia. Ooh, the pass was too low.
It could have been a travel on Irvin Palencia.
They were actually close to a 3-second call as well.
So 2 almost turnovers, which turned eventually into another type of turnover.
Out of bounds in the previous sequence. Balik dito si Mac Baracael. Now this is the biggest lineup that we have seen so far from Caloocan, with Matias at the 5, Cervantes at the 4, and Mac Baracael is the one who's going to try to chase Byron Villarias.
It's like watching college all over again. Mac Baracael back at that 3 position.
Nice steal. Palencia. Great tap by Harvey Pagsanhan.
Irvin Palencia wanted that foul, and he may have a case. That could have been a foul on Harvey Pagsanhan. A lot of hands. But the ball will return para dito sa Caloocan.
We have under 4.5 minutes in the third. The scoring at halftime, folks, was 27-25 in favor of Caloocan. It's only 10-3 in this quarter. Cabanag with another air ball. That's his second in this ball game.
Jeremy Cabanag has been trying to look for his shot. But the defense of Nueva Ecija really scouting Jeremy Cabanag on all of his usual shot attempts. So Jeremy Cabanag still struggling in this game.
Drive for Harvey. He's blocked by Matias. Forward, Caloocan goes. There's the pass. Baracael, tough sequence.
So Jeremy Cabanag already knew that he did not give that pass. Already saying sorry to Mac Baracael. Mac Baracael really ran that perfectly. At kung naibigay ni Jeremy Cabanag, that could have been a wide open layup. But Jeremy Cabanag just passing it too high, but the ball will return para sa Caloocan.
Cabanag will now take a breather. Pasok dito si Prince Casin, one of the youngsters of Caloocan. They badly need a basket now. Only 3 points in this quarter for Batang Kankalu.
And already 6 minutes in from the inside or the outside. Walang makuhang baskets itong Caloocan.
Casin, wala pa rin. Battle inside. Ronnie Matias, 2-pointer.
One of the magic bullets in today's ball game, Ronnie Matias, not really given a lot of minutes in this season, but he is proving that his veteran presence is enough to keep them alive in this ball game.
35-32, Macaloni misses. Rebound, Casin. And here's Real Cervantes on the run. They go to Baracael. Palencia stepping back. Jumper. No good. Put back. Wala pa rin. Cervantes on the third try.
There are 4 orange shirts on the inside, and it could have been very disappointing if they could not make a bucket. But Real Cervantes on that last second found a way for them to cut the lead to 1.
35-34, under 3 minutes in the third. Chris Bitoon, pull up, in and out. Rebound, Caloocan.
Chance for Caloocan to get back the lead.
Prince Casin, on to Ronnie Matias against Will Macaloni. The spin, Ronnie escapes. Ooh! Baracael was there. 2+1, napaganda pa para sa Caloocan.
Offensive rebounding has just been going the way of Caloocan. It has been the story the past few possessions and second chance points. We see here wide open Ronnie Matias will miss, but Mac Baracael will be left with 2 guards, and he is too long, too strong. He'll be getting a bucket and a foul.
That's just domination inside for the taller lineup of Caloocan Batang Kankalu. It's been Ronnie Matias, Mac Baracael, Real Cervantes doing the damage. Second chance scoring natin, 14-1.
You see here the effort of the bigs of Caloocan to keep that ball alive in their possession is giving them a lot of extra opportunities. Plus 13 para dito sa Caloocan, and it's one of the reasons why they are up in this ball game.
Now we have a challenge. Coach Jerson obviously unhappy at the moment. They actually controlled the game, the third quarter to be exact, until these last few sequences. As soon as the tall lineup was put in by Coach Toto Dohilio. It's been Caloocan's way. Now the two coaches are regrouping. 36-35 with 2 minutes and 35 remaining in the third frame. You see the leadership of Roy Sumang as he continues to work with Coach Gerson.
And this may be a guy who can be a game changer para dito sa Nueva Ecija. So far, the guards are really struggling in terms of scoring for Nueva Ecija. Toto Villarreal has 4 points. Chris Biton also trying to look for his shot. Michael Wigo really tired from all the running and the jumping he has been doing. But he will stay on the court
Upon
because of the
review,
needed
the
energy
challenge
and
was
physicality.
successful. There was no foul.
All right, so the challenge is successful. It's only a 2-pointer for Caloocan. There won't be a bonus free throw as there was no foul. See the follow here. Wait for it. There's back para Kael. Tignan natin kung may foul nga ba. Ayan, wala.
Wala. Hindi naman tinamaan. But you know, it could be understandable depending on the angle of the referee.
Nasa likod kasi.
So sometimes it looks like it could be a foul.
36-35. We go back Nueva Ecija's way. Roy Sumang. Big three-pointer. In and out. And there's a foul on the loose ball. Real Cervantes just had to grab tight onto Shaq Taganas.
Oh, that will hurt because they are in the penalty. So that will be 2 free throws para kay Shaq Taganas. But still, oh no, not yet. Oh yes, penalty. So far, again, still the struggles of the guards itong Nueva Ecija is seen in this ball game. Even Roy Sumang could not get a wide open 3-point attempt.
Now this free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Shaq Taganas misses on his first gimme. He has been one of the ultimate role players of Coach Gerson Cabildes. Never asking for that basketball. He just continues to rebound. And he has also delivered with some clutch baskets for Nueva Ecija. Remember, if not for Shaq Taganas, in Game 2 of the North Division Finals against San Juan, they wouldn't have been the champions.
And Shaq Taganas, of course, one of the staples dito sa Nueva Ecija. Still one of the guys they would be trusting here in the end game.
2 minutes and 15. Palencia, good find. Oh! Turnover at the last second.
Well, Cassian just could not find an open teammate.
Kabila tayo, Mabulak, lefty hook shot.
Well, that is the second of its kind para dito kay Michael Mabulak. Caloocan is really playing tough defense. So the only way para dito kay Michael Mabulak ay iiwas yung kanyang tira.
38-36. Nueva Ecija winning this quarter by 4 points. They've scored 13 and giving up 9 so far. Cervantes, big time three-pointer.
And that is big para dito sa Caloocan. They've been trying to go to the post. And Nueva Ecija is adjusting. So eventually, Real Cervantes was open on that left wing. And he will be taking it, he will be making it.
The other end, there's a foul underneath. That's on Ronnie Matias.
It's been real physical, both of these teams.
Now, this three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. The first three-pointer in this game for Real Cervantes.
The Real Cervantes has been going for that post presence. But because it was totally closed down, he steps out, goes for the three, and makes the three.
Mabula continues to struggle from the stripe. He is now 0 out of 4 from the free throw line. Last year, Michael Mabulak was the all-star starter representing Nueva Ecija in the North Division. 5 points for Michael, 39 all. Here's Prince Casin, defended by Philip Manalang. They go to Real Cervantes. The kick out, Barakael. The drive, Barakael is fouled.
Caloocan has been real aggressive in attacking that inside. You know, even though Nueva Ecija has the more experienced bigs in terms of the MPBL, if we are looking at the entirety of Philippine basketball, marami-rami na rin ang experiences, and actually even they might be even more experienced in terms of that front court in Mac Barakel and Gabby Espinas. So they really are trying to challenge itong mga bigs ng Nueva Ecija.
First free throw was missed by Mac Baracael. This is his first trip at the stripe. Caloocan, 5 out of 13 from the line. What a poor percentage.
They could have been up big if not for their free throw shooting. And it's been a real struggle para dito sa Batang Kankalo, even inside their home court.
39 all, 1 minute and 7 remaining in the third. Philip Manalang. They go to Michael Mabulak. Now it's Roy Sumang working with Shaq Taganas. Michael Wico. Back to Shaq. No high-low. Sumang, two-man game. 5 on the shot clock. Sumang, kick out. Manalang is blocked. Great defense, but Caloocan could not control the leather. Just saved by the bell here is Urban Palencia.
Oh, what good defense by Caloocan. From the handoff to the ball swing to just defending that three-point attempt. That was a perfect 24-second defense coming from Batang Kankalo.
They go back with the home team. Back Baracael. Real Cervantes. Baseline drive. The drop. Ronnie Matias for 2.
Same option. The inside is killing Nueva Ecija. And that triple big lineup of Caloocan has been doing wonders for them. It was a struggle to start the third quarter, but they're ending it perfectly.
6-second differential. Sumang escapes and misses. Rebound. No push there. That is what Palencia is pleading to the referee.
Yes, that could have been a push on Shaq Taganas, especially boxing out itong si Irvin Palencia. We see here again the drive of Real Cervantes. 3 guys inside, and they continue to pound on the paint.
41-39. 6 seconds. Manalang missing again. Shaq Taganas. What a follow.
No, the only word to describe Shaq Taganas is instinct. This guy knows where that basketball will land, either up top or down low. Merong magnet si Shaq Taganas there. 3 orange shirts, but it will land on the hands of Shaq Taganas, and he will be lucky because he will be getting a foul in the bucket.
Madam Ryan Cuevas is obviously very happy about that play. Taganas to try to complete the 3-point conversion. Won't go. Taganas fade away. That would have brought the house down. Folks, we are back to square one. 41 all after 3.
Ang labanan na lang po natin ay isang quarter, and that has been how exciting this ball game has been. I hope you guys are enjoying because everybody here in the venue is definitely enjoying this ball game.
There you see our score, 41 all after 3. We're back inside the Caloocan Sports Complex. We just saw some highlights of Will Macaloni. Now it's Gabby Espinas. Why? Because those 2 players are the ones featured in our player matchup. Gabby Espinas, most of his production came in the first half. Same goes for Will Macaloni. Juanito, their numbers.
Will Macaloni 10 points and 8 rebounds, but mostly from the first half. Gabby Espinas 12 points and 6 rebounds. It has been a very tough physical matchup between the 2 of these. But they were not the main guys in that third quarter. Real Cervantes, Ronnie Matias, and Mac Baracael the main story of that third quarter. That's why they were able to come back and tie this ball game. We are back to square one. Para tayo magsisimula na naman ng bagong laro. 41-all entering the fourth quarter.
All right, folks, we thank you for joining us. This is Mix Gomez alongside Juanito Gregorio and Mika Abisamis at your service for your MPBL Monday in Caloocan. Mac Barakael opening the fourth quarter with a two-pointer.
Well, third quarter scoring 16-14, still in favor of Nueva Ecija. But we have to remember, this was already a 10-3 advantage for Nueva Ecija. And Caloocan really made that late third quarter surge for them to be able to come back.
43-41. Uiloan, short. Rebound Cervantes. He has been a spark plug in the second half for Caloocan. Ball tapped away. Recovered by Wico. Numbers for Nueva Ecija. Super Sumang is blocked. Great effort inside. Ball is loose, and now with Batang Kankalu.
Two sorry misses para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
Ronnie Matias all the way for two.
And Ronnie Matias, one of the best spark plugs in today's ball game. He was tried out in the second quarter, but he has been the biggest difference para dito sa Caloocan.
8 points now for Ronnie Matias. Sumang, the feed. Wico, 2 free throws.
And now it is a reversal of roles. Caloocan is now the ones trying to go for those fast breaks. See here, sorry misses. On the other end, that defensive stop will turn into a fast break too para kay Ronnie Matias.
2 gimmies for Michael Wico. Free throw shooting natin, 9 out of 17. Now down to 50% for Nueva Ecija at the stripe.
And you see the mental game nitong Nueva Ecija. They are so used to being up late in the ball game that in terms of these kinds of ball games, you see that they are adjusting and adapting. But this is still a strong team. So if you are Caloocan, you cannot be too careful. You have to be as the same. You have to play with the same aggressiveness throughout this whole fourth quarter.
45-42 now. Caloocan up by 3. They have Urban Palencia pushing the pace. Palencia misses. Rebound Wico. And here's Roy Sumang. Joining them are Shaq Taganas, Mike Mabulak, and Jonathan Uiloan. There's Super Sumang on the deuce. And now Cervantes will slow things down for Batang Kankalu. 45-44.
I expect a lot of post action once again because it has been their main go-to weapon this whole game.
Barakael facing up Taganas. 6 on the shot clock. Mac Barakael with a jumper.
Mac Barakael knows that Shaq Taganas will give him some space because he has the foot speed advantage. And given too much space, he is Mac Barakael and he will make that mid-range jumper.
47-44. Uiloan. Big 3. In and out. Rebound Mabulak. Couple of cutters. Mabulak. Back to Uiloan. Jonathan to Wico. His turn to fire. Short. That's out of bounds.
A bad angle para dito kay Michael Huico. Not really the best option for them on that play. But because of the good defense, they were forced to take that 3.
Now we bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OKBet. Together we win. Roy Sumang showing us why he has the nickname of Super Sumang. Couple of subs here. Let's just break down the fives. It's Chris Biton, Jonathan Uiloan, Byron Villarias, Will Macaloni, and Jay Collado for Nueva Ecija. And then on the other end, it's Prince Casin with extended minutes in the second half. Now, feeding the ball onto Cervantes, who misses. Ball is loose. Cervantes recovers. Real in trouble. 10 on the shot clock. Barakael, turnover. Bodies on the floor. And here's Will Macaloni. On the move, Will Macaloni for 2.
Too long, too strong, too good. Will Macaloni doing it all himself. After that fumble, sabi ni Will Macaloni, ako nang bahala sa inyo. 3 versus 1. No need. He'll be getting that foul and the bucket and a chance to tie this ball game.
And now Gabby Espinas checks back in alongside Jaggy Laude to join Mac Barakael, Jacob Galicia, and Joko Tayongtong.
Quality minutes given by those guys. Prince Cassin was put in the game pretty late, but he really proved that he was one of the guys that was needed for them to get that run.
McAloony, 13 points now for the big man with 8 rebounds. 47 all. 7 minutes and 15 remaining. Joko Tayongtong onto Jacob Galicia. Here's Jaggy Laude. On the drive now. Kick out Tayongtong against Bitoon. 8 on the shot clock. Joko, lefty layup.
Good drive coming from Joko Tayongtong late. Kept galing dito sa Nueva Ecija. He saw that open lane on the left, and he'll be going for that strong drive and the easy 2.
McAloony kick out. Collado for 3. Yes, sir.
Oh, they've been trying to go for those kickouts, but they have not been making those threes. But they will continue to trust the system. And that is a good read coming from Will McAloony, finding a wide open Jay Collado on that left corner.
First, let's take a look at that drive by Joko Tayongtong, challenging the defense of Byron Villarias. And then on the other end, that's Will McAloony, the top scorer for Nueva Ecija so far, sharing the basketball to their co-captain in Jay Collado. And so the score now is 50-49.
Back at the Caloocan Sports Complex for your OK Bet Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. You guys were talking about experience in basketball and in general. Ronnie Matias, Mac Barakael, and Gabby Espinas are treasures for the Batang Kangkalu. Matagal ko na silang kilala at wag nyo nang tanungin kung bakit. I saw them talking together kanina. Pinag-uusapan daw nilang tatlo before this game. Defending champions ng MPBL yan. Pero ipakita din natin kung gaano nakaraming championship ang naranasan natin dito. Small thing. In Tagalog, maliit na bagay. Migs, Juanito.
Well, that's definitely a good report coming from Mika Abesamis. This is the battle between two veteran teams in the MPBL. Magkaiba lamang ng kwento, no? Basically explained by the report of Mika Abesamis.
And it's good that, you know, they don't really care that they've had more experience outside of the MPBL. They're here to battle para sa Caloocan. And we see them here really wanting that win in front of their home crowd.
Barakael, tough fade. No basket. And here comes Nueva Ecija, up by 1.
No execution coming from Caloocan. They've been getting their baskets from their execution, eventually ending up in an open bucket. But at that time, to the fourth shot by Mac Barakael.
Under 6.5 minutes. Miss from downtown from Bitoon. And here comes Galicia. Barakael, Laude, Tayongtong leaning in. That will be 2 free throws for Joko.
Joko Tayongtong has been attacking itong si Chris Bitoon. The foot speed of Bitoon on the defensive end is not seen here in the fourth quarter. So Bitoon has to be able to adjust on the attacks of Joko Tayongtong.
Now we just got a statistic from Sir Jory Mangonon, our head of stats. And it's the fact that the season low for these two teams in terms of scoring is the same. 64 points for both Nueva Ecija and Caloocan. Right now, there is a chance that they might score lower than 64.
And that is the story of this ball game. Defense and physicality. Kaya talagang mabagal ang scoring natin dito sa larong ito. But it's very exciting and everybody in this venue is enjoying this kind of a ball game.
51-50. Jackie Laude, kick out. Tayong Tong. Ooh, he lost the basketball, but that was off of Nueva Ecija.
And once again, muntik na namang maiwan itong si Bitoon. And Bitoon really not playing good defense on Tayong Tong in this fourth quarter.
8 deadlocks, 15 lead changes so far. 5 minutes and 40. Mac Barakael against Will Macaloni. Mac is fouled.
Mac Barakael, 6 points and 2 rebounds on the stat sheet. But his effect is far more than the stat sheet. His leadership, his energy, his intensity is different in today's game.
Mika Abesamis did mention they're bringing in all of their championship experiences from all other leagues coming into this matchup to try to neutralize the fact that Nueva Ecija is the defending champion team in our league. And if you would look closely in the eyes of Mac Barakael, there is a different look from him in today's ball game. The same applies to Gabby Espinas, Real Cervantes, and Ronnie Matias. They want to win this game so bad.
Yes. Kita mo naman intensity nila. The way they're communicating in today's ball game is wala mo ng veterano. No, we're just gonna go for that victory. But it's the free throw shooting that has been killing them in today's game.
51-50. Free throw shooting natin. 7 out of 17 for Caloocan Batangcan Kaloo. That's not good. We have a timeout. 5.5 to go. 51-50. Gabby Espinas in their previous outing scored 11 points, 3 out of 7 shooting, with 2 rebounds and 2 steals against the Quezon Huskers. That's not his hairdo anymore. Nagpagupit na po itong si Gabby Espinas for today's outing. And those are his numbers.
Gabby Espinas, 12 points and 6 rebounds, mostly from the first half. But they continue to attack the inside and really challenge the bigs of Nueva Ecija.
There you see Commissioner Kenneth Turemdes, Head of Security Rudy Distrito, Head of Basketball Operations Emer Ereta, with Konsehal Enteng Malapitan, Nani Almeda, na Director, and Congressman Oka Malapitan. Kasama rin natin si Sir Bong Cuevas, the team owner of the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. This is Mix Gomez, folks, alongside Juanito Gregorio and Mika Abesamis. 8 on the shot clock for Byron, being hounded by Espinas. Wild layup, recovery, Oilon to beat the buzzer. That's a big-time shot from Jonathan Oilon.
Big three para dito kay Jonathan Oilon. That play was already done. But Bitoon found a way to keep that ball alive and find the wide-open Jonathan Oilon.
53-51, there was a pull on the other end. A call on Jay Collado. He's asking for a flop. First, let's credit Chris Bitoon for the hustle play, leading to that three-pointer for the ultimate veteran of Nueva Ecija in Jonathan Oilon.
Jonathan Oilon has been trying to look for that shot the whole ball game. But that will be his first make of the game.
Ooh, tough sequence for Gabby. That's a jump ball. You see the respect of everybody for Gabby Espinas, helping him off the floor. Jump ball tayo in favor of the Rice Vanguards.
We see here that play. Gusto nilang makanakaw dito kay Gabby Espinas. But just a good help side coming from Jay Collado after that back screen.
53-51 now. Will Macaloni. Pinapalabas, Chris Bitoon. Met by Galicia. Bitoon still with the basketball. Lob to Macaloni. Hands up for Bonsubre. And that's 2 free throws for Will.
You're saying hands up lang daw itong si June Bonsubre. I think they'll be looking at challenging this call. Oh, they'll be going with it. They won't be challenging it.
Macaloni might be the last guy that you would want to foul for Nueva Ecija. He's still perfect from the stripe. And as I say that, that's his first miss. 11 out of 21 now are the Rice Vanguards.
Both teams struggling from the line. Something about this ring that both of these teams are really struggling on the free throw end.
2 missed free throws for Will Macaloni. How about that? Ball out of bounds in favor of Caloocan. And remember, Coach Gerson doesn't have a challenge remaining. He's fired up, all red once again at the sideline.
It looks like they saw something that the referees did not. But I think the ball will return para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
So, the call was reversed.
Yes. Minsan, nakakadala rin yung mga ganong emosyon. So the referees, the other referee sorted it out and corrected the call.
53-51. Will Macaloni tried to go with a crossover. Instead, he lost his balance. Out of bounds tayo with 5 on the shot clock for Nueva Ecija.
Jun Bonsumbre might be one of the heavier guys, but this guy can move his feet on the outer end. You cannot just simply switch on Jun Bonsumbre because this guy can really defend that outside lane.
Macaloni is still on the floor. Wonder what happened to him. It doesn't look to be so bad. Now he's back up.
Good defense coming from Jun Bonsumbre. And then, naupuan ba? Sa mukha. Yung bola sa mukha. Ni Will Macaloni tumama.
He's gonna be fine.
Yeah. This guy's made of steel.
And as long as there's no blood, Macaloni will be able to play. Okay lang yan, Will.
Nakangiti pa nga eh.
Oo, okay lang yan.
Ako pag nasaktan ako, di ko kaya ngumiti eh.
53-51. 5 to shoot. Coleado, fadeaway three-pointer to no avail.
Decided to go for the quickest shot possible.
Kabila, steal by Uiloan. That's one of the more underrated things about both Jonathan Uiloan and Byron Villarias. They are two-way players for Coach Gerson Gabiltes. Turnover story 11-12 in favor of Batang Caloo. Uiloan, same angle, same result.
Jonathan Uiloan, what a time for him to finally get his buckets. He was 0 out of 3 before that first pass by Chris Bitoon. At naramdaman ni Bitoon as the point guard and one of the best passers of Nueva Ecija. He said, I'm gonna reward you one more time. And Jonathan Uiloan answers with another 3. 56-51.
You have 3 minutes and 47 seconds remaining. Caloocan calls for time. We're back inside the jam-packed Caloocan Sports Complex for the third home court defense in this season para sa Batang Caloo. They are currently undefeated inside their venue. Right now, they're down by 5 points against the team of Madam Ryan Cuevas. 56-51. And again, they have put in around 200 Novo Ecijanos from Palayan City so that they can support the Rice Vanguards here in Caloocan. There you see our hustle board.
So we see here the assist story finally going the side of Nueva Ecija. There's been a real struggle the whole ball game. Steals going the side of Nueva Ecija, but the blocks going the side of Caloocan. But if you see those numbers, it has been a story of defense the whole ball game. Kaya po tayo 56-51 pa lang with only 4 minutes remaining in the ball game.
3 minutes and 35. Joko Tayongtong, Gabby Espinas, good feed. Laude misses though.
Too deep para dito kay Joggy Laude. The inside is not really his strong suit, but he had that physical advantage against Byron Villarias, but just could not find a way in making that bucket.
Uilon back at it. He returns the ball to Biton. Now Byron fakes and fires. That could be the dagger.
3 straight threes para dito sa Nueva Ecija. It has been a struggle the whole ball game, but what a time for them to finally get hot. 2 from Uilon, 1 from Byron.
Crucial possession for Caloocan. 3-pointer. That's good for Real Cervantes.
Real Cervantes says he is not done with this ball game. We were talking about the step up of the veterans in this game, really wanting that win. And one guy really showing up is Real Cervantes.
Cervantes now has 10 points, 2 threes for the veteran. Will Macaloni trying to post up against Cervantes. Macaloni spins and he scores.
Such a simple move para dito kay Will Macaloni. That was already terrific defense coming from Real Cervantes. But Will Macaloni saw that space off the spin and ending with his strong hand, extending the lead to 7.
There was a double foul on Joko Tayongtong and Chris Bitoon. So we go back with Caloocan Batangkan Kaloo. Paul Sanga checks in for Jaggy Laude.
Ronnie Matias, one of the guys that gave them the edge in the third quarter. Medyo nawala yung kanyang production dito. So it's gonna be huge that Ronnie Matias will be returning in this game.
Matias joins Sanga with Jennifer Cabanag, Real Cervantes, and Joko Tayongtong. Trap. And a foul on Macaloni. That's 2 free throws now for Jennifer Cabanag. But then again, free throw shooting has been terrible for Caloocan. 38% in this game, and they continue to miss 7 out of 19.
And going home, that is one statistic that they will be looking at and staring at sa kanilang dugout, because it has really hurt them in this whole ball game.
Now 8 out of 20. Only 40% from the stripe.
Look, they're down 6. They're down 6, but they've missed 12 open opportunities. So pag matalo sila, titignan nila yung statistic na yan.
Approaching 2 minutes to go. There's another foul. Paul Sanga is now called for that foul. And we will see free throws for Nueva Ecija.
Both teams are in penalty, so this will hurt their chances. Nueva Ecija can now extend the lead to a 3-possession ball game.
Now Palencia checks in for Joko Tayongtong. Byron Villarias will see the stripe. He is now 2 out of 3 from the line.
Byron Villarias really struggled in this game when we are talking about the outside shooting. But you have to commend that he tried to drive that ball even with the struggles, and eventually getting a few points off that drives, off that cuts, and eventually getting one big 3 here in the fourth quarter.
Last 2 minutes. Byron now with 10 points. Cabanag. Crucial 3-pointer. The lead is down to 5.
And Jeremy Cabanag shooting all the way from the other town. And that is not an easy shot from Jeremy Cabanag, but he knows they need him to be able to come back in the game.
63-58. Under 100 seconds. Feet inside. Michael Rico on the reverse.
Chris Biton just making the right plays here in the fourth quarter. All of his assists are crucial for them to be able to get this lead.
Sorry miss right there for Irvin Palencia. Nueva Ecija looking to seal the deal in this game. 65-58. 2-man game. Chris Biton on the drive. There's the opening. Miss on the layup. Kabila tayo. Cabanag to try to convert. No foul and no basket as well.
He tried to go for the foul pero nakaiwas si Michael Wico. Jeremy Cabanag is still furious with the referee.
Macaloni against Ronnie Matias. The face-up and the drive. He's blocked. Villarias on the follow. Wala pa rin. Caloocan. They need a basket right at this moment. Cabanag fakes. He drives. There's the reverse. Another sorry miss. Matias. 2-pointer. 5-point game.
There will be a glimmer of hope para dito sa Caloocan. This is only a 2-possession ball game. But they are still asking for the foul. Jeramer Cabanag still furious. But Nueva Ecija with a 5-point lead. Chris Biton just making the right plays here in the end game. Finding everybody from Oiloan to Villarias to Michael Wico. We have to credit Chris Biton in those plays.
That's 8 assists already in this game for the starting point guard of Coach Gerson Cabiltes. Ronnie Matias with the reverse, a much-needed 2-pointer for Batang Kankalo. They're now losing time, 65-60 with 20 seconds to go. Now again, we have seen stranger things in the MPBL. That's still a long way. Those 20 seconds, Nueva Ecija will have to take good care of that basketball.
You know, these are pros. And if you can get one bucket and one stop, if you are Caloocan, then this is still a good chance for you. But first, you have to be able to find a way to stop Nueva Ecija from scoring, especially giving that basketball to Chris Bitoon, who has been making the big plays para sa Nueva Ecija in this fourth quarter.
Biton will be joined by Byron Villarias, Jay Collado, Will Macaloni, and the one inbounding is their team captain, Jonathan Uilon. Playing defense for Caloocan are Jacob Galicia, Jaggy Laude, June Bonsubre, Ronnie Matias, and Irvin Palencia. We have one timeout remaining for each of our coaches. Both teams in penalty. Sideline, and there's Chris Biton. Up top, Byron. Now to Collado. There's a 6-second differential.
Oh, they're choosing not to foul.
Collado will fire. And that's going to do it, folks. Ulion gets the follow for the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Half-court tee for Palencia. And folks, the defending champions, the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards, will officially hand the first home loss in this season for Caloocan Batang Kankalo.
Oh, what a ball game we have here. A very low-scoring ball game. Very physical matchup. Defensive ball game from both teams. The inside game of either team was crucial, from Will Macaloni of Nueva Ecija going on to the other players, but Will Macaloni definitely deserving of that player of the game honors. The most consistent guy from the first to the fourth quarter, from scoring to rebounding to defending. Will Macaloni is our OK-Bet player of the game.
15 points, 14 rebounds, and the story continues for Will Macaloni in this season. He seems to have the Byron Villarias story of last year, where he is consistently one of the top performers of Nueva Ecija in the regular season. For sure, he's making his name known for an all-star starting appearance in the season. There you see our final score, 67-60. This is officially the lowest scoring output of Caloocan in the 5th season of the MPBL. Now we turn you over to Mika Abesamis, who is with Will Macaloni.
Will, isa ito sa games na nakita ko talaga ang pagiging athletic mo. Lahat kinaya ng katawan mo with a double-double performance. Kamusta ka ngayon at saka anong nasa isip mo?
First of all, napapasalamat ako kay God sa binigay sa energy at sa magandang game na binigay sa amin sa team. Yun lang, sabi ni Coach, kailangan i-control yung rebound kasi ako yung rebound, rim protector sa amin. So yun nga. Mahirap din kasi puro veterano yung big man ng kabila.
At lahat sila gumawa sa larong ito, no? Will, meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
First of all, napapasalamat ako kay Boss Bong Cuevas, Ma'am Rian, Ma'am Vian Cuevas, Boss Ivan. Binabati ko rin po yung family ko sa Cebu, Bartolabag family, Panilog family, wife ko na lagi nakasuporta sa akin, Sir Renzi. At congrats kay Boki Siruma sa bago niyang baby, Power Hoops. At thank you rin po sa lahat ng mga suporta sa Cebu. Dito sa Manigareto, si Marinari, Manidol po, si Jory, si Manoy ko, si Jerwell, mama ko, Mama Tasing. Thank you.
Salamat, Will. Congratulations. This play of the game is brought to you by OKBet, the official partner of the MPBL. With OKBet, together we win. Migs, Juanito.
What a much-deserved win by Nueva Ecija on the road against Caloocan Batangcan Caloo. Now they have 18 wins in this season. Tomorrow, the MPBL will travel to Antipolo for Jensen versus QC, Bacolod versus Valenzuela, and Batangas versus Sarangani. Neutral zone muna tayo. Walang home court advantage para bukas, pero malapit lang ang ating aksyon. And so, we thank you for joining us, folks. For Mika Besamis and Juanito Gregorio, my name is Migs Gomez at ito po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.
Sama-sama tayo